I bumped into my ex and his wife at a wedding, and she thanked me for cheating. So I set the story straight that he was the one who cheated. My college roommate got married last spring. We'd stayed close even after graduation. The kind of friend you talk to every few weeks, grab coffee with when you're in the same city, show up for when it actually counts. So when she asked me to be a guest at her wedding, I didn't even hesitate. I booked the flight, bought the dress, and flew in 2 days early to help her get ready. She told me about her husband, funny, steady, worked in logistics, close with his family. She showed me pictures of him, but I never really paid attention to the people standing around him. I was focused on her, on how happy she looked. That's all that mattered to me. I had absolutely no idea that her husband's older brother was my ex. We dated for almost 2 years in our early 20s. We met through mutual friends at a house party, started talking, and it turned into something real fast, or at least I thought it was real. He was older, had his own place, knew how to cook, remembered the small things I mentioned in passing. For a 22-year-old, that felt significant. I was in deep before I even realized it. Then one afternoon, I was at his apartment while he was in the shower. His phone lit up on the counter. I wasn't snooping. I thought I was literally just reaching past it to grab my chapstick, but the preview was right there. Her name, the message, enough to understand exactly what had been going on. I didn't cry, didn't scream. I just stood there in his kitchen feeling like the floor had shifted 2 inches to the left. By the time I heard the shower turn off, I had already made my decision. I folded the shirt I'd left on his chair, put it in my bag, set his key on the counter next to his phone, and walked out. He called twice that evening. I let it go to voicemail. I never listened to either message. There was nothing he could say that would have changed what I saw, and I didn't want to give him the chance to twist it into something that would make me doubt myself. I knew what I saw. I left. That was it. 9 years passed. I built a whole life. Good job, good friends, an apartment I actually loved. He became just a story I told sometimes when people asked about bad relationships. Not even a painful one, more like a cautionary tale I'd already made peace with. I hadn't thought about him in years. Until I walked into that wedding venue and saw him standing at the front of the room next to the groom. I felt my stomach drop for exactly 3 seconds. Then I straightened up and reminded myself that I was there for my friend. I smiled, found my seat, and decided I was going to be a complete adult about it. Nod if we made eye contact. Keep it brief if we had to speak. Stay on my side of the room. The ceremony was beautiful. My friend cried. I cried. The groom cried. It was the good kind of wedding where you forget everything else for an hour because someone you love is genuinely happy. The reception was fine at first. I found my table, introduced myself to the people around me, had a glass of wine. My ex and I exchanged one awkward nod from across the room, and that was the extent of it. I thought we were going to make it through the whole night without incident. Then his wife found me. She was pretty, warm-looking, the kind of person who seems instantly likable. She came up to me near the bar with this open, almost relieved expression, like she'd been waiting to have this conversation for a long time. She said she was really glad I was there, said she'd always wanted to meet me, said she knew I was a big part of his past and she just wanted to clear the air. I told her that was really kind and that I genuinely wished them both well, and then she said it. She said she knew it must have been hard for him too after I cheated, that he came home absolutely broken, that whatever I did had changed him, and it took years before he trusted anyone again. I went completely still. I said, "I'm sorry, can you say that again?" She nodded. She said he had told her early in their relationship that his ex, me, had been cheating on him for most of the last year we were together, that it destroyed him, that he blamed himself for not seeing it sooner. She said she'd actually felt sorry for him when he told her, and that she'd spent years quietly resenting me without ever having met me. She wasn't being cruel. That was the strange part. She was saying all of this like she was doing me a favor, like she was the bigger person for showing up and letting go of her grudge. I took a slow breath. I told her that I had never cheated on him, not once, not ever, that I had been completely faithful the entire time we were together, and that the reason I left was because I found messages on his phone from a woman he worked with, that I saw enough in that preview to know exactly what had been happening, that I packed my things and left while he was still in the shower, and I never went back. I watched her expression shift. The warmth drained out of it. Her eyes moved across the room to where he was standing with a drink in his hand, laughing at something the groom had said. He must have felt it, that particular kind of silence, because he looked over, and the second he saw me standing next to his wife, saw the look on her face, his smile disappeared completely. He already knew exactly what she'd just found out.